Welcome to another episode of Sanford Says. My name is Lisa Holder, Communications Officer for the City of Sanford. Today's topic is going to be Arbor Day, and we have some really good news about the City of Sanford and our trees and what that designation means. With me today is Elizabeth Harkey. Elizabeth is the city's arborist. That is pretty awesome. Yes, the City of Sanford has a full-time arborist. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Hello.
So Elizabeth has been on the show previously, and we thought we'd bring Elizabeth back because we're in February and we're planning for Arbor Day. And for those folks out there that love trees or just nature in general and all that trees provide to us, this is a great, exciting topic. Elizabeth, let's get down to it. I would love to get into the new designation that the City of Sanford has been assigned to. I know that we are a Tree City USA designated city, but there's more, folks. This is really great news. Elizabeth, would you like to share the news?
Well, we are a Tree City USA for 33 years now. We just got our new appointment, and we also just got the Growth Award for our eighth year in a row, which means that each year the city's been spending more money on projects for beautification and streetscapes. So that's really a plus for Sanford. The National Arbor Day Foundation has started a new category now, which is Tree Cities of the World. And I applied for it back in November when I did the Tree City USA renewal. And just kind of hope for the best because it is worldwide. So I just got an email yesterday and telling us that we were one of the cities that were picked, which is I'm really, really proud of that. So they just added on one more category from the Tree City USA. One, we have to have a full-time arborist or a tree board. Second, we have to have, which we have Schedule J, which is a landscape rules and regulations. We have to do an Arbor Day program once a year with a proclamation. And then we have to spend so much money per capita each year, like on streetscape projects. And so we've accomplished all of that. So Lisa's going to be sending out a press release for Tree Cities of the World, and it's really a great thing for us.
Yeah, thanks for sharing the criteria. I'm sure listeners would like to know what that was. But I'm going to read this acknowledge note or your letter that you received from the Tree Cities of the World, and it says, Dear Elizabeth, on behalf of the Arbor Day Foundation and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, we write to congratulate Sanford on earning the 2019 Tree Cities of the World recognition. And as part of this inaugural class, residents of Sanford should be proud to live in a city that makes the planting and care of trees a priority. Congratulations for earning this prestigious status. So that was something that you were awarded in 2019, and we're talking about it now in 2020. We do want to share that at the beginning of the year. Again, this is the month of Arbor Day celebrations and all of that. So great work, Elizabeth. Thank you for that. And I know our citizens and residents are proud to know that we are. And as you said earlier, a lot of our projects and streetscapes have to do with trees and landscaping techniques and things like that. And part of your role is to coordinate that and make sure that we adhere to these guidelines, correct?
Yes.
And remain these, designated city as a Tree City of the World now. So that's pretty impressive.
Yes, it really is. And so this month, February the 10th at 2 p.m. at the Public Safety Complex on historic Goldsboro Boulevard, we do the City of Sanford Arbor Day, which is the second Monday in February each year. The city has its own Arbor Day, and then in April we'll have National Arbor Day. But we're going to be doing the city's February the 10th, and this year in conjunction with Black History Month, we thought it would be really great to honor Sanford's first police chief, African-American police chief, which was Joe Dillard. And he was police chief from January of 97 to February of 1999. He currently lives in Nichols, Georgia. And then we are also honoring the first African-American firefighter for Sanford, and that is Hezekiah Ross. And he lives here currently, and he served from February of 1969 to September of 1991, 22 years. So the public's invited, and we're going to have a ceremony, and we hope that you can come.
All right, that's wonderful. That's some great acknowledgments and recognitions, especially during the month of February, celebrating African Americans in the city of Sanford who contributed royally to our city as to what it is today. So can you repeat exactly where?
It's at the Public Safety Complex on historic Goldsboro Boulevard.
Okay.
And we will be planting 2 southern magnolias on the northwest side of the building. And we have markers made, and they're very nice, granite markers. And Mr. Ross, he is in his 90s, so we are just so glad and so proud that we can honor him and that he is still going to be able to come.
Wonderful. All right. And so if you can't make it that day, if you happen to visit the Public Safety Complex on historic Goldsboro Boulevard, or you're walking in the community of Goldsboro, take a look at these new planted trees and the markers that Elizabeth mentions, and just take in a part of history. So in celebration of Arbor Day, the city of Sanford is going to be holding this event on Monday, February 10th. Thanks to Elizabeth Harkey and her ingenuity and creativity and thinking about how to tie things into the African American month of February, Recognition Month, and we appreciate that. And because our city is a diverse city as well, and we embrace that. Is there anything, Elizabeth, that you'd like to say to the listeners at all about some things about Arbor Day in general, or something coming up with what you're doing with our designation? Any projects that you, on the top of your head, that you're working on right now?
Well, right now we hope we can do some type of tree giveaway in April. Last year we worked with the utilities department and the spring cleanup, and they give out the shower heads at Lowe's. So we participated with utilities in April with that. We gave out 100 trees last year. So budget permitting and everything, that will be in the works for later on in the spring.
Okay.
And so, we want to promote tree planting throughout Sanford and maintaining our trees to keep the city beautiful, because we really do have some beautiful old historic trees here.
Tree City, USA, city of actually Tree City of the world. So there's one thing though, do we need to just notify and remind citizens and residents about when they plant trees to not plant in the right of way? Is that a good point?
Well,
or is there more to it than that?
The right tree, right place is very important. Don't ever plant under power lines. There are a few species that you can plant under power lines. The crepe myrtle is one, for example, but we really don't recommend that. And just, look at your surroundings, see and remember that tree is going to grow over time, the roots and the canopy. So you just want to think about that when you're doing the placement of your tree in your yard or on the right of way. So
right tree,
right place.
We should get T-shirts made like that with that slogan. Elizabeth Harkey, any last words? Elizabeth Harkey, the City of Sanford full-time arborist.
Just thank you to the City of Sanford for caring for our beautiful trees. and we're going to keep up the good work.
All right. Well, there you have it. Thanks for being on the show, Elizabeth. We love to bring our city staff on to the City of Sanford podcast to just share with the public what we're doing and to keep you engaged with the City of Sanford programs and services. Thank you again, Elizabeth. You're listening to Sanford Says, City's podcast. I'm Lisa Holder, Communications Officer. Please subscribe to this podcast wherever you receive your podcasts from, and you can also check us out on the city website, sanfordfl.gov/podcast. And thank you for being a listener. Have a great day.